Before starting this video, I wanted to send a hug to Lorenzo. I met your father at Verticon in Dallas, and he asked me to send you a hug. So, I'm sending you this hug. Thank you so much for watching the Flying With Me channel. Keep leaving your likes, they're very important to me. Alright, a big hug, kid. Let's get to the video. Hey everyone from the Flying With Me channel, Romulo here. I'm here at Aeroporto de Belo Horizonte, and today we're taking off from Belo Horizonte to Itaipava, and you're going to fly with me all the way there. I'm going to land at the helipad near the Itaipava market. Anyone who's been in that area heading to Rio de Janeiro already knows there's a market called Itaipava Market, and there's a helipad on the other side of the street. That's where I'm going to land today, and you're going to fly with me, okay? So, if you've made it this far, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share it, and leave your like. Today's flight is really cool. The weather is good. There's a forecast for rain later, but I believe it won't. It won't interfere with our flight. So let's go. I just had lunch. I had a flight earlier to Escarpas, came back, and just had lunch now. It's 12:20. I'm going to take off at 12:45. I'm going up there to the pilot's lounge here at Aeroporto de Belo Horizonte to brush my teeth and put on my uniform and take off. Let's go. Like I said, right, I flew earlier, went to Escarpas, and now I'm going to Itaipava. The guys have already set up the plane over there. Look, check it out. It's crazy. The wind is coming from there to here. So where am I going to take off to? This way. Takeoff is always against the wind. Well, not always, right? Sometimes we take off with a tailwind because it's necessary. Sometimes we only have one ramp for takeoff or landing, and for landing, just like takeoff, we prefer to do it against the wind. Today, since there are no obstacles in front of me, I'm going to take off with the wind, not against it. And then the helicopter climbs faster. You save more power, not that this machine lacks power, but it's always good to take off facing the wind. I'm arriving here, let's go.
So let's go, guys, spin it, let's go. Front brake, cut off in front, throttle closed, collective locked, hydraulics forward, fuel pump, it's already on, everything's all right there, right?
Clear, clear?
Clear.
So let's go, guys.
Everything's ready? Start my takeoff. Here at Aeroporto de Belo Horizonte, we can't turn the tail inside the hangar, so let's lift off and back up the helicopter here. I lifted off the ground, gained a little altitude so I wouldn't hit the tail on the grassy area, and I'm starting the takeoff at Aeroporto de Belo Horizonte. Oscar is heading towards Sector Echo through the area. So here I started, it's going up vertically and I give it a little nudge forward. This area here used to be a restricted area, but it's no longer restricted, so we can take off here now. As I said, I took off facing into the wind. I'm going to turn right here, since my destination is to the right. I can see a few clouds forming here, some isolated showers. I believe we'll hit a bit of rain along the route, but according to the forecast, there's nothing for us to really worry about.
Departed Sector Echo, turning right toward Itabirito, Oscar from Oscar.
Stay active there, autopilot.
Capo, copy.
So, just to recap, we're going to Itaipava. Itaipava is already in Rio, right? So, it's in the Rio terminal. There's a frequency there, 134.450. So, when I enter the terminal, I have to set it. I'm seeing 0.77. What's the kilo here? This frequency, I'm going to pass a little away from Barbacena. There's also a frequency there, 1.259 if I'm not mistaken. I'll check it here later. And I'll be on here 2000. Since I'm going outside the terminal, I don't need to call control. I'm here in the corridors passing through. Next position, Chapéu. Itaipava is a district of Petropolis, right? So it's right on the edge there. Look, after the mountains, I'll show you the mountains. It's already the descent to the sea. So another 10 minutes of flight, 15 minutes, and we would already be in Rio de Janeiro, right? In the city of Rio de Janeiro. After crossing the mountains, can you see the sea? When I visit Rio, I avoid that route and prefer Vassouras, which is lower, since that area is very high. After crossing the mountains, you descend into Itabirito.
You go to Aras.
You go down almost like it's an auto rotation. You have to descend a lot, right? So I prefer to go around the other side because the view for the passengers is better too, right? Going by the beach, it's better for everyone. Well, guys, I've already passed here, Itabirito. I'm going to leave the terminal in a little while.
Passing Arana position, I'm going to fly Aeroporto de Belo Horizonte present, maintaining 4,800.
We're already getting some rain here. Look. Getting a little rain, but up ahead I can see that the weather is much better. And when I come back, since I'm going to pick up a passenger and return, right? When I come back, I believe this rain here will have already passed. So this area will be clearer because it always clears up after it rains. So I use this as a strategy to come back unless I run into really heavy rain up ahead and can't make it back here, right? But if I manage to come back, I prefer to return this way, along this path, because I know it's already rained here. So I already take off there, heading toward Itabirito, because I know that here in Itabirito it's already rained. It's raining here to the right, to the left. Romulo, but what guarantees you that it won't be raining heavily when you come back, since it's already raining? No one can guarantee me, but I know that the probability that it's already rained here, as much as it needed to, is much higher than in other places, right? So since I've already been through here, I already know that. So we take these things into consideration. Also, I'm going to clear the terminal here near Congonhas. Conselheiro Lafayette. Ouro Branco is on the left. Ouro Preto, a little further to the left. Passing here over Vale. I'm almost at the edge of the terminal. Clearing the terminal through Getchaba. Oscar, India Oscar, head towards Itaipava at 4,300.
In the section for 5 minutes.
Guys, it's really heavy rain here. Look, right ahead of me. And then there's a detour to the left, but it's also raining a lot on the left. And here on the right, there's rain too, but it's lighter. So I'm going to turn right here, make a detour, and I'll go through there vertically. From Conselheiro Lafayette, I have visual contact with the city. There's a huge factory here. Anyone who flies in this region knows it. I'll be there soon. After you clear the terminal, you have the city of Ouro Branco here on the left. There's a factory here. I'm detouring to the right of it. The ideal would be to fly over it. That's where there's a gap, right? It's not raining in that area, but this factory keeps blowing hot air upward. So what do? I avoid flying over it. I don't know what kind of smoke this is. It can damage the helicopter depending on the smoke. It won't make the helicopter crash, but the engine can suck in that smoke, and that's not good. So I'm going to turn a little to the right. I'm going to catch a bit of rain over there. I can already see it, but after that rain, it's all clear. How do you know it's clear? I can see it. I can see the mountain range up ahead. And how is it? You know that you can go through this rain, but you can't go through that rain on the left because this one won't affect my visibility. From what I can see, there's no strong wind nearby. The trees are still, and the factory smoke is rising straight up. There are no deviations, so I know the wind is calm, and then I can make my turn here without any problems. This is how a helicopter flight works. Okay, folks, it's a visual flight. The pilot is always keeping an eye on the alternatives to make a turn, if necessary, right? Now it was necessary. Now I can go back to my heading. I'm already passing through the rain. I don't know if the camera will catch it well. Here on the left there's heavy rain. On the right there's light rain. And here in the middle, look, there's a drizzle that's just now starting to hit us. Look, well, it gives the Plex a good wash. But is it dangerous to fly in the rain? No, as long as it doesn't affect your visibility and there's no strong wind or storm, okay? A storm is dangerous for any type of aircraft. So even if there was a storm here, lightning, too much rain, strong winds, I wouldn't even be here, okay? I would have turned around halfway, called the boss and said, "Boss, I couldn't make it. If you want to come by car, or I can pick you up another day, pick you up tomorrow," it's always like that. There. Look, now we're in the middle of the rain. Look, really heavy rain here on the left and on the right here. Look, there's also moderate rain. This little window, soon it's going to close, but like I said, I'm here pouring out clear. So on the way back, this part here will probably have already cleared up. It will have already rained, and this part will be calm. So I can pass through, so I can return to BH. There you go. I passed the rain. Look how it is. It cleared up. I'm here, near Lafayette. Lafayette to my left. I'm updated on the global positioning system here. My destination is fine. At Proa, we're going to pass a little bit away from Barbacena, then we're going to pass vertically. From Juiz de Fora. There's a specific frequency you have to stay tuned. I think it's 1281 if I'm not mistaken. Set the frequency and announce you're passing overhead. With the nearby flight school, many aircraft are flying in the area, so let's go. There are 50 minutes left until the destination, 50 more to go. Guys, I'm approaching Juiz de Fora now. So I logged in here on the Next Atlas app, which is the app I use for navigation. So 234C, the Mist Control Region Bravo, is passing by. The app I use for navigation is Next Atlas. And now, I'm almost arriving in Juiz de Fora, so I check the frequency here. There's a frequency, an FCA, a specific frequency for Juiz de Fora. So when I pass through Juiz de Fora, I'll pay attention to this frequency. It's 1281. It's already here on the secondary. I'll set it on the radio just so I can listen and see if there's anyone in the sector. When I'm a little closer, I'll report my position. So Next Atlas also makes it easier for you to check. You can check the aerodrome charts. You have everything here at your disposal. I've been using this app, and I also have RWI, which was the app I used more regularly. Since they're leaving the Brazilian package aside a bit, this app is a foreign app. I'm giving preference here to Next Atlas, and it's been serving me very well for my operations. It's been serving me very well. There are 2 vultures up here. All right, it's gone. You have to stay alert when we start getting close to the city. I covered a really large area here, just forest. When we start getting close to the city, vultures start to appear. Because there are dumps, there's pollution, dead animals, and so on. So we have to be more alert. Juiz de Fora, I'm going to keep the runway on my right. I'll fly over the city vertically. I'm here at 4,000, now 4,400, because the cloud layer is right here, limiting me. So I'm going to climb a little higher, see if it reaches 4,500. Then I'll fly over the city at 4,500, and I won't interfere with the Juiz de Fora traffic pattern. Now I'm going to report my position here. Well, so now I'm a little closer. I'm over a dam here in Juiz de Fora. Anyone from the area should know the north sector, so I'm going to make a report on the local frequency. Since I didn't explain, Juiz de Fora doesn't have a tower, doesn't have radio. It's just a coordination frequency between aircraft. That's why it's called FCA, frequency for coordination between aircraft. So it's just the helicopters, the planes, we coordinate among ourselves. Coordination, Juiz de Fora, Oscar, India. Oscar is approaching from the north sector, 4 miles out, at 4,500 feet. We'll pass over the city in about 2 minutes. Oscar, India, Oscar. Done, I've already coordinated. There's no one in the circuit, no one flying today at the flight schools. Sunday, right? People who fly on Sundays usually do it in the morning to have the rest of the day free. But for the executive pilot, Sunday is a work day. Sunday for us is just like Friday. Okay, guys? Sunday is the pilot's Friday because Monday, usually we don't have flights in executive aviation on Mondays. Usually, okay? Why do I say usually? Because it's not a rule. Tomorrow, for example, I have a flight at 6 in the morning on a Monday, so for those of us in executive aviation, we don't have much of a routine, okay? There are weeks when we don't fly from Monday to Thursday. We only fly on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There are weeks when we fly the whole week and don't fly on the weekend. So there's no set schedule, no defined routine, okay? Me personally, I like it. But sometimes it bothers me because I miss some dates, some events like birthdays, weddings, things like that, you know? That if I weren't working, I would attend. But it's the sacrifice you have to make to be able to work with what you like. So when I'm at home, I try to be as present as possible. I like to take my kids to school. I can have that time, right? Because the executive pilot, he doesn't fly all the time. I'm at home. If I'm called, then yes, I have to go, right? I'm not the guy who drinks. I don't drink alcohol. I've never drunk. Not even soda. Also, nowadays I don't drink it anymore. I only drink water and some kind of juice. As we get older, we get pickier, right? So drinking has never been a problem for me. Oh, you're at a barbecue and the boss called me. There's no problem at all. I'm not drunk, right? The only problem is that I won't be able to eat the picanha. But I can drive just fine, so that never got in my way. Oh, but is being a helicopter pilot the only job option? You also have the option to work in air taxi services, in aerial reporting, you know, those helicopters that fly to show traffic, to show accidents. What other options do you have? Working in large companies that provide services for offshore operations like Petrobras. What else did I mention? Air taxi. There's also a huge company here in Brazil, which is Helibh. They do sightseeing flights in Rio de Janeiro and provide services for some mining companies, right? Then you work 15 days and have 15 days off. If you're in the executive sector, you earn a bit more, but you're on call all the time. Usually, we stop when the machine stops. So, when the machine stops for maintenance, That's when we take our time off, take our vacations. That's how it works. It's a regular job with a signed contract. Everything is arranged with the bosses. Like, hey, I'm going to take a vacation in 2 months. Okay, it's agreed. If the machine is running, I have someone cover my vacation. So that's how it works. I'm in the Juiz de Fora vertical. I'm going to do my vertical report for Juiz de Fora. Oscar de Oscar. It's at 4,200 feet, bought from Itaipava. I've coordinated already. The airport is on the right. Juiz de Fora is a huge city, and it looks like it from above. It really reminds me of the city of Formiga because it's gray. The roofs of the houses, most of them are gray. I never noticed that in Juiz de Fora until today. I landed here once to pick up Juliana Paes when I worked in air taxi. I picked her up at a hotel here and took her to Belo Horizonte. I think it was about 6 years ago. Let's go. We have 15 minutes until landing. Guys, I just crossed the border here. Look, from Minas to Rio, we're already in the state of Rio. I'm about to enter the Rio de Janeiro terminal now, and there's a specific frequency here. I'm on 3,440. So let's go, 3,440. Switching to the frequency, and I'll do my coordination. I'm here. Look, the city of Três Rios is here on my left and over there on the right. There's another city, which is Paraíba do Sul. Paraíba do Sul. Yes, that's it. So I just crossed here. The border of Rio. As you can see up ahead, look at the height of those mountains over there. I'm heading down now since I'm 8 minutes from my destination. And over there, there's a more specific approach to make because there are a lot of power lines in that area. Since I came here 2 days ago, I already know. So let's go. I'm going to lower it a bit here, start descending. 500 feet per minute is the descent, okay? There are still 7 minutes left to land. So here, Three Rivers, Paraíba do Sul, the river, Paraíba do Sul is also passing through here. And Petrópolis is a bit further ahead. Itaipava is a little before that. And there, after that mountain range, you can already see the sea. So it's impressive, right? Like from Belo Horizonte, if you fly an hour and 10 minutes ahead, you'll already be in Rio de Janeiro. Ahead, I mean to the south, right? You'll be in Rio de Janeiro. It's very close. It's very close. Now, by car, it's 6 hours, right? Because the road goes like this, winding around the mountains, we go over them, right? Guys, I'm getting close to my landing spot here, and here's the thing. I come in through the lower area here. I can see here on the global positioning system where the 040 is. I've already found the 040 here, and I'm going to follow it. Why? Because this area here is very high. If I cross the mountain range there, heading straight for the helipad, I would have trouble making the approach because I would have to descend a lot. So what happens then? I would have to keep circling until I could descend. You can't just go down like that, quickly, straight down, right? So I would have to keep circling to descend until I reach the helipad. So here, look, following the road, I come in lower. I've been here before, so I already know the place. You have to keep an eye on the power lines nearby, okay? If I'm not mistaken, there was an accident here with an aircraft, either from the fire department or the military police, I'm not sure. But there was an accident here because of the power lines, so you have to be very careful. So what do? I go over the 040. It's a little to my left here. I'm here at the Itaipava Castle. I set the heading more or less here at the Itaipava Castle. I pass by. It's here to my left. I keep going until the helipad, which is in front of the market. I'm 1 minute and 55 seconds away from landing. Look, there's a tower here. I fly over this tower because I know there's no wiring above the tower. There are other towers over there, but they don't come this way. Ah, but in a year you'll return and take the same path. Yes, but with more caution because they might put up or run a wire here that I won't be able to see, right? But yeah, it's not to scare anyone. We can identify the towers here. There are several towers, but they don't cross the vertical of the 040. So I come up here over the 040. I know it's there. My landing point is back here. I'm going to descend a bit more now. I can go down further here. So it's always with a lot of caution. Okay, guys. 040 to the left here, still not in sight. With the point, I'm going to go down a little more, always keeping an eye out, okay? I passed by here 2 days ago. But I know where the wires are, but keep an eye out because they put another wire here that you can't see. Look, the point is down there. What am I going to do? I'm not going to go straight down vertically. I'm just going to take a little turn. Look, I got a little higher. There's some wiring here to my right. I have a full visual. I'm going to make a right turn, go around, and land at the spot. You'll understand what I'm going to do. Look, I'm passing almost right over the fair. The spot is right down here. I'm going to catch a little crosswind to land. Go ahead. It's all good. I'll lower it a bit more. Now I'm going to arrive. The hotel is here. That spot for the hotel is right up ahead. Now, yes. I arrived with a little wind, a bit of tailwind, but it's the best approach. In my opinion, this wind here won't interfere at all. So I got here above the helipad, and then yes, I'll turn to face the wind. Alright, and now I'm gonna touch down. I like to do it. I like to put the tail over here. I'm going to move a little over here because if someone needs to land, we're in the corner here of the helipad. I'll put it over there since it's easier for me to board my passengers, right? And acai for me too, right?
Pronto. Bacana. Vivo.
I landed, waiting for the passengers. Guys, I'm on the ground here in Itaipava. I'm at the helipad. I'll show you around. I've already shown it in another video, but I'll show it again. But before that, let me show you this. Look, how much fuel we have. Check it out. 375 liters of fuel. 374. That's what's left in the tank. Okay, and how much do I need to get back? I need 180 liters to get back. Okay, 180 liters to have the exact flight time. 1 hour until landing. But the regulations say we need to have fuel from A to B, plus 20 minutes for visual flight. I'm in a helicopter, so I have 375 liters here. I have 180 times 2. 360, right? 360. So I have 2 more hours of flight. I need 1 hour and I have 2 more hours. If I need to make any detour, I have 1 hour to be able to make a detour. Okay, there's an airport here in Juiz de Fora. If I need to refuel, I can refuel there, but I won't need to refuel because I have enough fuel to return to Belo Horizonte. So, let me step out here for a bit. I'll show you here. Look where the helicopter is. It's here on this helipad. Look, there's a windsock there. Look here. The helicopter is here, look, and it lands in the corner. It lands. My passengers will come from over there, so for me to be able to board, it's easier, right? I'll show you where the little market is. That's the Itaipava market. I'll zoom in here for you. Let's go. Next, that's the entrance to the little market. And the 040 right here. See, I mentioned it in the other video. I used to travel a lot on this road with my parents to go to Rio de Janeiro. We have relatives there, right? And I always saw this helipad and I used to think, wow, today there's going to be a helicopter landing. Today there's going to be a helicopter. Will we be lucky enough to see a helicopter landing there? I was never lucky enough to see a helicopter landing here in Itaipava. So, the first time I came here, that memory stuck really clearly in my mind. And every time I come here, I remember it. So today, right, you know, I'm landing the helicopter here in the place where I at least wanted to see a helicopter landing, and that's fantastic. So guys, don't give up on your dreams, okay? If you have a dream, go after it, fight for it, don't step on anyone, okay? Earn it, study, chase it, build your network. I say this a lot to my students. They're on the helicopter pilot map, by the way. If you're interested in becoming a helicopter pilot, check out the pilot map. There you can do some networking because I explained to you step by step how to become a helicopter pilot. Some flight opportunities here at Oscar, India, Oscar to visit hangars and so on. But, as I was saying, don't give up on your dreams, okay? It's not just about the dream of being a pilot. Any kind of dream. You are capable, you are capable. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not capable. A lot of people will show up and say, oh no, that's a job for rich people. That's for those who were born rich. It's too expensive. It's impossible. I wasn't born rich. Today I'm here, flying this wonderful machine. I achieved my dream. I lived my dream. Now I have many other dreams to accomplish. I'm working hard to achieve these dreams, and I'm going to accomplish most of them, if not all. Okay, so don't let anyone tell you that you can't achieve your dreams. All right, here it is. Look, I achieved my dream. I'm here flying this amazing machine. As you know, you already know me from the channel. If you don't know me yet, subscribe to the Flying With Me channel so you don't miss the other videos. I'll stop here for now. Wait for my passengers and have some water. I plan to go to the little fair, but my passenger said they'll be a bit late. But to cross here, oh, there's a footbridge over there, but it's pretty far away. I prefer to stay close to the aircraft here. I'll just stay quiet. All right, take care, everyone. God bless you. Flight time was 1 hour and 5 minutes from takeoff in Belo Horizonte to here in Itaipava. All right, take care. God bless you. I'm out.